Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Moon Magic series. I'm Jilly Little Zen Crone. If you're watching along with me as I'm first publishing these videos, today is December 3rd. Tomorrow is the full moon. Right now we are in a waxing gibbous stage, and the waxing gibbous is when the tension is building. I'm going to digress for just a second. Have you ever made sourdough bread? Have you ever watched anybody make sourdough bread? There are a plethora of the TikToks about it. And one of the stages of making sourdough bread is to shape that loaf, and you kind of have the dough on a counter, and you're taking the dough and you're kind of scooping it and moving it forward, and scooping it and moving it forward, and it's creating a ball and tension on the top. And that's what this feels like. As you begin to live more lunarly, you feel the different stages of the moon, and I'm feeling it right now. I'm feeling that that build up to the full moon, the build up to the release, and to the reveal. What does the moon have in store for us? What is it going to reveal to us about our intention that we set way back at the new moon? It's an exciting time, and one that I'm really, I don't know, I'm really kind of honored to be living in this space. Not kind of, I'm honored to be living in this space where I can take time and live lunarly. It's really a great practice. All right, so let's move on to the next section of this video and talk about what is a waxing gibbous. Okay, so in the last video, I told you how I remember which is waxing and which is waning. So waxing, the moon is getting extra bright. It's becoming full. So we have the X in waxing, and that's how I remember it. And then we talked just last week about the first quarter moon, and remember how I said that it looks like it's a half moon, and we all say, oh, it's a half moon. I say it's a half moon. It's not really a half moon, because we have to think of the moon as the whole, as the sphere. But to us, we're only looking at one side of it, and it does look like it's half illuminated. Well, the waxing gibbous, of course, is when the moon is more than half illuminated. Not quite full, but more than half illuminated. So it's coming, it's coming. So some of the words that come up, I've already said: tension, build up, this sense of something to be revealed. And and it doesn't have to be a huge thing, but you just sense that there is there's something around the corner, So you may experience during this period heightened intuition, and I think that we feel our intuition the most. I think we feel it when we're able to be quiet, when we are able to slow down and kind of go inside of ourselves, spend time in meditation. I think that's when our intuition comes out the most, when we're able to hear that still small voice. So you may at this period of the moon phase be feeling a pull toward your intuition, toward your more intuitive side. So listen to that and really sit down with that. Sit down with your journal. Sit down with, light a candle. I'm always saying that, light a candle, but lighting a candle signifies a change in energy, a change in time and what we're doing. It kind of says, okay, now I'm going to settle down. This is different now. And I love that. You may be feeling a subtle push to get things done before this moon, and you may not even be cognizant that it is a full moon coming, but you may just have this feeling of, you know, wanting to get things done. And I'm going to caution you to slow down just a bit. And just, yeah, to slow down just a bit and to listen to your still small voice. This is not about, it's not about, this is not, we're kind of done with, for the moment, with the looking back and the integrating. This phase is about forward movement, and it's about clarity forming. Now, yesterday I recorded the rune circle, and that downloaded today on Wednesday. And the rune that we're talking about, so if you work with runes at all, yesterday the rune that we that I talked about was the rune Peorth. And it's funny because I had a really hard time articulating about this rune, because this rune is all about mystery. It's all about intuition, mystery, forward momentum, in that we know that something is on its way. We feel that something is about to be revealed. We just don't quite know what that is yet. And that's kind of what that's what this rune is all about. And so it just so happens that, you know, now we're in this phase of the moon. If we're going to link it to tarot, the High Priestess. The High Priestess card is, oh, let's get the glare off of it. There we go. The High Priestess card. What's behind the veil? What is coming? What is to be revealed? What is going to happen just around the corner? It's kind of like the cauldron. You know, we have all of the things put together in the cauldron or pot. You know, we have all the ingredients there, and what is the outcome going to be? It's really a beautiful time in the moon phase. I really love the waxing crescent and the waxing gibbous stages, because there's so much hope and potential there. Okay, let's talk about crystals that align with this moon. So first of all, I would say, bloodstone. And this is a beautiful, oh God, piece of bloodstone that I use in meditation. And it has like a little indentation here that's perfect for my thumb. So I usually hold it like this in meditation. I love it. It's been sitting on my desk here for the last couple of days. I recorded another video where I talked about crystals, and it might have been the video from yesterday. But yeah, so I've been kind of holding it while I work here too. Another one that is good for this period is amethyst, and I think that this is it's called variegated amethyst or Cape amethyst. It has some white in it. It has white bands going through it, but this is, I think it's dark purple. with white. And this is good, you know, these are good for intuition. Labradorite would be another really good crystal to be working with. Anything that helps you to basically settle, kind of release that tension. You know, I feel it right now. Like I'm going to go meditate after I get done doing this video, because I can feel the tension in me. So anything that's going to help you with that. And I have this beautiful stone. This is called Botswana agate, and this is good for emotional stability and for personal growth. And I love it because it just, look at the inside of it, doesn't it? It looks like a paisley. So, and again, it's got a little indentation in it. Of course, my ruby and zoisite, one of my favorites that's never too far away from me. Same thing, protection, emotional, spiritual growth. I find this stone very grounding. Clear quartz to amplify not only the intention, but to amplify what you know, what you need to see, because it'll be here tomorrow. And then this last one is moonstone. That's a very kind of gentle, watery stone that I feel is good for kind of all this watery energy that we're having right now in this moon phase. So those are the crystals. Now let's look at, I want to look here at the herbs. So now I think bay leaf is going to be a good herb to use tomorrow when we release. You can write what you're releasing and burn it. You could do that late tonight as well. What I think is great to use, and I don't have any right now, is mint, because mint brings in the smell of mint, just brings in a freshness. You know, you could probably use pine needles right now, but I didn't dry any mint from my garden this year. But mint, okay, so pine needles, maybe some eucalyptus, depending upon the place in the world that you're living in. Anything that brings that freshness in. And I'm also thinking about citrus, like orange peel or lemon peel, anything like that that kind of gives you this breath of fresh air, because that's what's coming. All right. So do you want to do a ritual? Do you want to do something small tonight just to signify this change into the full moon? You know what I'm going to say. Light a candle. Light a candle. And this is a great time to, I always like to do this either in the evening or in the morning when it's quiet, after Mr. Honey's gone to work and I'm here by myself and I have some quiet where there's not, you know, not any activity going on, or in the evening before I go to bed. I'll sit at my altar. But you can light a candle, and now the moon experts say white or gold is good, but I'm not much on the colors so much, you know, the to me, and I don't want to be irreverent or disrespectful, but the sky's not going to fall if you light a green candle, okay? So light a candle, but the big thing is to take that intention that you set at the new moon and look at it. And you can ask the tarot, what do I need to know about this intention? What do I need to know about what's being fulfilled with this intention? Sometimes we set our intentions too broadly or too large. You know, it can't be accomplished within a month. Sometimes we think we're setting a small intention and the universe has other plans for us and we're supposed to wait some more, right? So in my business life, when I was working, I was in charge of marketing and business development for a company, and I trained salespeople. And of course, you know, I had a yearly goal. What was the big goal that we were supposed to accomplish? And then we broke that down into, okay, where are you going to be in 6 months? Well, how are you going to get there? Then you've got to break that down into 90-day increments. And then you've got to break that down into monthly increments, and then weekly increments, and then daily increments. Do you see? Like you just keep breaking it down and breaking it down. And that's how we get to those big goals. When we look at intentions too broadly, we tend to get overwhelmed, or something happens. Remember the last video we talked about at the first quarter moon was like the motivation to keep going, because sometimes we hit challenges and it's important to kind of sit back, like regroup and keep going. So I encourage you to do that. So, okay, so we've lit our candle and we're sitting in silence, and we've got our intention with us, and we've asked the tarot to show us, or the runes to show us, what is it that we need to know about this, the fruition of this intention. And just sit with that for a little bit and write that down. And you can close any way that you want to close. I often close with extinguishing my candle and just saying into the universe, so may it be. But yeah, this is the last push, the last bit of big energy push or tension before the full moon tomorrow. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you're enjoying the series, please give this video a thumbs up and leave me a comment, even if it's just an emoji, because that really helps to push the videos out into the algorithm, and it helps to grow the channel. I am going to remind you also to go over to my Buy Me a Coffee shop. There is a link in the description box below where you can get free handouts for all of the moon phases that we've done so far, including this one. So there should be 4. There will be 4 there. You can pick all of those up for free. They'll have some of what I've talked about, and then, you know, they'll have some ceremony and ritual written out for you. But just, you know, my little gift to you. I'm so grateful for your support, and I appreciate all of you. Until tomorrow, when we talk about the full moon, be kind to yourself.